We don't pick our singles. And I feel, and we because we don't write singles, we just write songs. And if you don't want it on your record and you don't want it to be a single, don't put it on your record, you know? So we make sure that when we put a record out, we're proud of every song. And we have a feeling what's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4 single. So the label, you know, like that's kind of their job. That's kind of why we partnered with them, so they can make decisions like that. Because we don't care, we're proud of all of them. So we let them pick, and for Europe, they said we want to do I Don't Love You. We said fine, we love it, it's a great song. And so that's why, actually. And then here they wanted to do Teenagers, and we were psyched about that too. I mean, I think when all is said and done for this album, there'll be like 6 singles, six videos entire. Yeah. Oh, I can say that I'm going to direct for the first time. So I'm going to make the next one and make probably the one after that, the ones that close out the record. Mark Webb, who we worked with on Helena and Ghost and I Don't Love You, like and Teenagers, he'd always been encouraging me to direct, and I think it may be time, you know. You know, I think about that a lot myself, and I think it's hard for us to kind of not want to tell stories or not have the records be cohesive, but I think maybe less so this time around with the record. We will stick to a concrete storyline, you know. I am more interested in human themes and life and pushing more to that direction for maybe less fantasy, more realism, and less vampires and more realism and less afterlife. I think it's going to really be stuff that's like people can connect more with, and I think even, you know, musically I want it to be more human too. So I have been thinking about it, but we're kind of purposely not writing because we were trying to be the best we can right now live, and we don't want to be thinking about the next thing. I think this band actually needs a break after all the touring, and then it'll be our first real break, and then we'll get together and think about what we want to do. So it'll be a long time, I think, before the next Mike Hem record. Yes. Mikey's going to come back in the fall. He's actually starting to get a little stir crazy. He was going to come out and surprise us on the road and hang out, but something happened at the airport where they wouldn't let him on the plane, or something happened where, you know, he didn't miss the flight, but something had happened. So he didn't make it out, but we're going to pick him up in Jersey, and he's going to roll with us. So he'll be back in the fall. There's a band, a 3-piece from Nottingham called LostAlone, and they are seriously, like, they are my favorite new band. And also from Scandinavia, I love this band called Mew, and they're amazing, as well as Muse. And I'm trying to think of what else I'm listening to. Psychedelic Furs, I just bought a best of. Bob Dylan, that's what I'm listening to now. The idea is that it's an audience full of dudes, and if we can make them understand us, I think it'll make them more open-minded people. And I think the most fulfilling thing about this tour has been that single thing. Like, we love playing for our kids, but to play for a guy with no shirt on and a backwards baseball hat who would probably beat the crap out of me, but maybe not, that's because that's generalizing, and I don't want to generalize. But if you make that person say, you know what, I don't know if this dude is gay or straight, and I actually don't care because these guys are just going for it, and I can accept this guy and I can accept all these guys on stage, then that's a great thing. And that's actually a lot of the homoerotic stuff we've done on stage throughout the years, because it started in the basements. It started because of similar type of people coming to those shows, and it's all about changing that perception, you know, and pushing that envelope in that regard. Yeah, there's a lot of radical ideas out there and up on that stage, and I think that's why it's really fulfilling, you know. You know, if it makes people angry that just can't accept that kind of thing, then that's great. That's kind of actually what you want to do. So, you know, but sometimes, honestly, what it is you get caught up in a moment, and if you're thinking to yourself, what is the one thing right now that'll just really aggravate every homophobe in the audience, and you just get caught in this moment, you just do it. Sometimes there's not even that much thought behind it. It's just like, I'm just going to put my hand down this guy's shirt.